There are two major arteries taking you in and out of Apapa. There is the Apapa Tinkan Mile to Oshodi Expressway and the Apapa Ijara Western Avenue axis. Now, owing to the thousands of wet and dry cargo leaving the port and the proliferation of tank farms, the Tinkan Mile 2 axis is a no-go area as trucks have completely used it up as a parking lot, thereby constituting a monumental traffic gridlock.
The last word for the federal government, for the state government, and for the local government is to put in place control of traffic into Apapa. The federal government should ensure that the roads are well maintained. The state government should ensure that the inner roads are well maintained and provide street lights for Apapa. Not just the inner roads, but for the highway. I know it's the duty of the federal government, but if Lagos State takes it on itself to provide street lights for Oshodi, Western Avenue, Marina, why not for Apapa Road? And for the local government, they should enforce that the statutory laws governing the whole Apapa is enforced. They should enforce it. They should ensure that it is enforced. I implore the federal government to see Apapa as a cash cow that has to be well fed.
Apapa Ijara via the bridge became the only available passage out for both residents and goods leaving the port. It also meant that this bridge had to be subjected to per second burden of heavy axle loads, days to weeks, weeks to months, and sadly for over 3 decades, no maintenance happened on this bridge.
Before the bridge was damaged, traffic in and out of Apapa was difficult. Now that the bridge, which over time we've cried over to government to come and mend, now that it's bad, traffic, movement is worse. There's only one lane to go out of Apapa now. Only one lane, the whole of Apapa. So it may take you from my house and out of Apapa, may take me an hour and a half or 2 hours, which hinder movement. It hinders movement. People are wary to come into Apapa, because like I said, it's a cul-de-sac. There's no way through Tinkan Island. It's even worse. Last year was worse. And I will thank the governor, though he comes in with palliative measures. It eased up a lot, comparable to what it was last year. It's a lot better now, but it can be a lot better.
Residents daily groaned under this weight of road rage and inability to make 10 minutes journey in sometimes 5 hours.
There was a time when no week passed without any of my staff being attacked. I'm not talking about spending endless times in traffic to get away, to go home at night. I'm talking about attacks. And it can be quite traumatic, especially for the ladies. And for many businesses, it was time to move out of Apapa. Banks relocated. I recall very vividly Mr. Biggs, when they opened on Creek Road, we say, oh, that's great. It turned out they were the first, to get away. Guarantee Trust Bank had to relocate their branch on Creek Road as well. They used to be on the same premises with This Day. They had to relocate. For years, staff of This Day could not drive their cars to the newspaper. They had to park sometimes kilometers away from the office. So the quality of life for the people degenerated significantly. So it wasn't just destruction in monetary terms, the quality of life as well. Insecurity escalated. You couldn't take for granted security in Apapa anymore. And I have no doubt at all that it's not just the businesses that suffered, because if the businesses suffered, government must suffer as well.
The Apapa community largely lies in the shadow of its old self. While tinkering regenerating the community, though, concerned citizens and residents, business owners are optimistic about a silver lining. Interestingly, the economic downturn has significantly reduced vehicular traffic, making it possible for residents who stayed back in their area to access their homes in good time. Perhaps Apapa is one of the many stories of situations moving away from the ideals of the founders. Clearly, the soul of Apapa has been destroyed, and only a deliberate, consistent, and well-mapped out regeneration plot can begin to reclaim the lost glory. That, hopefully, will happen soon. Thanks for allowing us into your space this week. Bye for now.